And you can't even drive? I can. Are you stupid, eh? Are you a stupid fool? Well, why can't you drive then? You can't even drive! A bit grey today, isn't it?
I'm here, sipping on my Nescafe Gold. And I think I've mostly recovered from my mucus cough, or whatever the hell it was. I think it was bronchial. What do they call it? Bronchitis or whatever. Absolute pain in the ass. Anyway, Mr. D, how are you doing?
I'm doing perfectly well. You do sound quite a lot better, although I can still hear the lingering after effects of it. But hopefully you'll recover.
Yes.
Very soon.
D, can you drive?
Yeah.
Of course. I've just remembered you've got a Seinfeld-like collection of cars. I just remember that.
Yes, I drive terribly and far too fast.
In fact, now I'm imagining you with the classic kind of leather gloves and the goggles and Panama hat in the side carts. All right, so welcome to another week. Welcome to the working week. I'm still ill.
Still ill?
Yeah, exactly. Smith song. I forgot how it goes now, though. Am I still ill? I for some reason the version of Still Ill I remember is from that little, the hat full of hollow. Is there an actual a real version of that song? Or is it? I know the one on there. I think it's mainly on.
Hatful of Hollow is a real. No, Hatful of Hollow is real. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like a proper album. It's a compilation.
Well, yeah, but all their records are sort of like that. Well, many of them.
Yes, from a Peel session. That version.
Oh,
yeah, it is. It's on the debut album. But for some reason, I'm more familiar with the.
Oh, it's got a harmonica at the beginning. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to be watching some more public information films. Just at the start, I'll remind people to buy my courses. You can buy a mug if you wanted to. But most people tend to support me in other ways than buying mugs these days. I did have a look.
I've got a Black Dobbin mug that I need to put the finishing touches on. So.
Black Dobbin mug. Join the channel and you can also pick up the audiobook version of Populist Illusion and various other things. Also, D, I bought myself because I've noticed clicking in the background of. Do you remember there was infernal clicking in the background of UO last week?
Yeah, I didn't hear it. But I did see that many people were annoyed by that.
Well, I have bought myself a silent mouse. So you see, can you hear that? You can't hear that at all. Whereas this is my other mouse. So I'm going to use this clicky mouse that I've got to play games, and I'm going to use this one to do streaming. The reason I've got a clicky mouse is that I don't feel like I'm clicking a button if I can't hear it. Like the click, I think it's some psychological thing. If you've grown up using a clicky mouse, you're kind of used to it. But I'm going to use this side. It's my streaming mouse now. So there we go.
Right.
Is there anything you would like to promote, sir, just before we get going?
Oh, I'd like to plug the gaping hole in my soul. Is what I'd like to plug.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I had to finish that very quickly because I knew. No, I don't think I have anything to plug at the moment. Besides the wildly popular weekly program Unpopular Opinions, which is coming up tomorrow.
I will just say really quickly, is it just me, or are the images coming out of London of the Pride stuff really, really imperial? I mean, this. Have you seen this?
Oh yes, yeah.
It's a very, very kind of, coming of the First Order. It looks like if you had that as like a scene from, I don't know, the Empire in Star Wars or something. That's what it looked. I mean, it's really dark.
Well, the Crown Estate tweeted that out. I noticed, and
it's an extremely sinister picture.
Well, for me, it's also the fact that they are using the revision 827 of the flag of degeneracy and evil with that circle and the yellow triangle, and all it makes me think of is the all-seeing eye atop the pyramid. That's on the back of the $1 bill. That it's so beloved of the sort of conspiracy theory types.
Yes.
But there's something about that staring circle at the top. That makes this even more sinister than the standard rainbow. Yeah.
I remember how it goes to now. Still ill. So I decree today that life is simply taking and not giving.
And not giving.
England
is mine.
Owes me a living. Yeah. Ask me why and I'll spit in your eye.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
Charlemagne is asked, what is that circle? The circle apparently represents intersex persons.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Intersex person.
Which is something like 0.003%. I don't know. It's absurdly low, I think.
Oh, it's disgusting. So, shall we watch Make Mine Freedom?
Yes, we shall.
It's got the ball rolling. There's a straight line directly from this god-awful post-war propaganda video we're about to watch, and that street that we were looking at.
Yes, indeed there is. In fact, I would say that with many of these films, there you will see the thread that follows from one to the next to that photograph. So.
Yeah, the slippery slope is not a fallacy. It's literally just logic. If you believe in consequences or incentives, then the slippery slope follows as night follows after day.
Indeed, yeah.
Shall we? So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, and then play. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna have to get the.
Wait! Back up.
What's
you
up?
Didn't say play. You just said 1, 2, 3, and then you hesitated.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Do you want me to say and play? I thought I don't know.
I'll do it. I'll do it. When I say play, you push play. Right. Okay. Right. This is what we're working with. This is what we're working with here. 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. Harding College. I don't know where Harding College is.
John Sutherland production.
America is many things to many people.
Is that loud enough for people?
17-year-old kid, it's the malt shop on the corner.
Oh, God.
Deep knee-deep in subversion already.
In the cool of the evening.
Video is too quiet for people.
Too quiet.
Church on Sunday morning. And to Dad, it's his favorite relaxation. It's the Cracker Barrel philosophers in Crabtree Corners. And it's the tycoons in Wall Street. It's all races, creeds, and religions.
Oh, no.
It's freedom to work at the job you like. Freedom of speech and to peaceably assemble. Freedom to own property.
Freedom to grill and
Security
chill.
from unlawful search or seizure.
What you want, Flatfoot?
The right to a speedy and public trial. Protection against cruel punishments and excessive fines. The right to vote. And to worship God in your own way. It is these freedoms that have made America strong.
Okay, so we got our freedom. But management's lousing up everything.
Labor is at fault. It's ruining the country.
My constituents, as your elected representative, I can
Fantastic
assure
fellow,
you
D.
Labor's right, management's right. I'm strictly neutral.
Labor, management, politicians, phooey. They can't tell corn from oats.
It only takes money out of
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational...
Get a sinister Italian character.
Ism will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous. Once you swallow the contents of this bottle, you'll have the bountiful benefit of higher wages, shorter hours, and security. Enormous profits, no strikes. Remember, you're...
Is he selling communism? D?
Government control, no worry about votes. Name your own salary. Bigger crops, lower
Ism.
costs. Why,
Selling ism.
makes the weather perfect every day. And now then, because we are introducing this amazing item
Buy
for the
for
first
these
time in this
miracle
country,
elixir.
it isn't going to cost you 1 cent. All you have to do is sign this little scrap of paper, and you get your bottle absolutely free.
I hereby turn over to ISM Incorporated everything I have, including my freedom and the freedom of my children and my children's children, in return for which said ISM promises to take care of me forever.
Well, I think everyone signed that document very right away.
Pardon me.
And so it came to pass.
And who are you, my
Yeah.
good man?
I'm John Q. Public.
Ah, my fine friend, you're just in time to share this generous and gigantic offer. Sign right here.
Mind if I read it first?
Hurry up, let me see it.
Keep your shirts on, boys.
Including my freedom. Freedom? Well, sign away my freedom.
Why, this is ridiculous.
Don't be corny, brother.
Sure, our system of free enterprise isn't perfect. But before we throw it away for some imported double talk, let's turn the clock back a few years to see what it's done for us. For example, back in the 1890s, Joe Dokes was just a guy who liked to tinker around his barn. Some people thought Joe was lazy. Some even thought he was nuts. But one day, he had an idea. And because he was free to dream his dream and
I'm quite
tinker,
invested in this, D.
Joe
So I'm not
had
saying much.
to
I'm emotionally invested.
himself in his idea. So,
Oh, there he is, Joe.
Oh, interesting.
Joe Henry Ford
some
Dokes.
people didn't think so much of Joe's idea. But that didn't stop him.
Was this made by the Mises Institute? Was this written by Ludwig?
So Joe got some money from young Aunt Minnie
Whoa.
and Uncle Angus. and
Uncle
Grand
Angus.
Pappy, and Mr. Titus. When Joe's friends and relatives used their savings to help him buy tools and property, they were capitalists. Don't blush, folks. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Now, naturally, Joe needed some help.
I mean, they had
So
savings.
he hired Willie Lumpkin, who was out of work anyway.
There was an
And
interest
before
rate.
long, Willie had
right.
the know-how and became skilled labor. Because capital, management, and labor worked together, Joe's idea grew. It grew and did things even he never dreamed of. Today, the automobile industry provides millions of jobs that never existed before. And remember, this is a story of only one industry. There are thousands more scattered all over the United States whose history of development is pretty much the same. we've built a country under the American system that sends more young people to high school and college than all the rest of the world combined.
Don't go, it's a trap.
Why, even in the Depression, our wages bought more food, clothing, travel, and entertainment than the wages of any other people in the world. Our country has a national income equal to the total national incomes of any other 6 major worlds. With only 7%, the Earth's drive 70% of the world's automobiles. That's just a sample of the things the capitalistic system has given us in only 160 years.
This is Mises'
Before
propaganda.
signing up, you boys ought to try a little taste of Dr. Ism's formula to see what you get.
It's interesting they're pushing
exchange
free
for
market
your
dogma
freedom. Go ahead.
in 1948, though.
Yeah.
Because the market was not very free in 1948, incidentally.
No, it just come out of probably the least free period it ever had. Oop.
Wait till the Union hears
Base.
about this.
Ah, yes, the Union. Welcome to our ranks, number 1313.
Ooh.
I'll take this case to the Supreme Court.
The state is the Supreme Court. Our decision is as follows. No more private property. No more you.
Paste.
The farm vote will put a stop to this.
Farmers don't vote anymore.
What'll I do for seed next year?
You won't have to worry about next year. The state will do your planning from now on.
Well, I mean, this is really libertarian, Dee, this video.
Yes.
Or everything is lost. Everything.
Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Amazing. I mean, this is literally what 2022 that we're living in.
Tries to pit one of us against the other through class warfare, race hatred, or religious intolerance.
Oh.
You know that person seeks to rob us of our freedom and destroy our very lives.
Yeah.
Sneaky Italians
Go
sneaking
back to
away.
Italy.
We know what to do about it.
And now, gentlemen, no violence, please. And don't throw those bottles. Don't throw those bottles. No, no, no.
You see, there's something interesting about this film.
Working
Because
together to produce an ever greater abundance of material and spiritual values for all. That is the secret of American prosperity.
yeah, I'll just say a few things about this film, which is that this was made in 1948, and in 1948, it was very much the New Dealers America, FDR's America, which was a very big government America, right? There was a lot of controls on Wall Street. There were a lot of regulations on what banks were allowed to do. There were huge antitrust laws, which favored small businesses over massive corporations and so on. So I find it really interesting that this message is being pushed in 1948. Incidentally, Mises wrote Human Action a year later and then went on a kind of public speaking tour around the USA in the 1950s. I'm just wondering, like, who put the money up for this and what their actual motives were. Because if you think about the trajectory of what happens in America from this point onwards, a lot of those controls that I just mentioned were lifted. They were, and by the time you get to the end of the Reagan era, the financial regulations are completely taken away, if you want to put it that way, thereby allowing those were the kind of last checks and balances in the system against like corporate takeover, is what I'm saying. So
Right.
I actually wonder about this heavy libertarian message here in 1948, because it doesn't actually reflect what was actually happening in the country. At the
Well, I
time.
can give you some more background about this. It was financed by the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, which is an American philanthropic nonprofit organization founded in 1934 by Alfred P. Sloan, then president and chief chief executive officer of General Motors.
So it was funded by General Motors.
It was funded by the CEO of General Motors. Yes.
I see. Right. Very interesting. Which I think it already had at least 2 bailouts by this point. Yeah, General Motors has been bailed out 4 times.
Even that early? I didn't know it happened that early.
Yeah, General Motors was, I believe, had a bailout during the Great Depression. Unlike Ford, which is, I don't think ever had a bailout, but General Motors has been bailed out 4 times. Anyway, that was that one. Let's see what else is in Dee's goodie bag. Shall we have a look at? Let's have a look. Let's go to the 50s. That was 1948. A Word to the Wives.
A Word to the Wives. Okay. Okay. Hang on a moment. Let me. Halfway to where? Okay, so A Word to the Wives is basically a I would say a high production value advert for what I don't know. I'll have to have my memory refreshed by actually watching it. So, but it is the perfect encapsulation of people's fantasy of the 1950s in America, I would say.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
you do the countdown.
I will do the countdown. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. The Woman's Home Companion. Oh, this music already. I love it. Darren McGavin, who I believe was one of the husbands in Bewitched.
It wasn't really a plot against George Peters, but I'll admit it might have looked that way the morning his wife Jane stopped by for coffee. We'd just been in our new house 2 weeks, and I was still ecstatic over everything, especially my dream kitchen.
Is that a bungalow, Dee?
Well,
that's the Great American Ranch
There's only one
House.
word for it. Terrific. You know, I'm so proud of it, it's almost indecent of me. I can hardly wait to show it off a week from Friday night.
Well, you go ahead and be indecent. Gal's got a right to enjoy her first housewarming party. Sure wish I was having one.
I like the way she's dressed.
many
She looks
people?
like she's
Well, not
just
a mob,
walked out
that's
of
what you mean.
Gone with the Wind or something.
You,
She's like a proper
kids, Schlegel,
Southern Belle.
It's a bit recherche, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
Hey, why so sad? And this isn't the first time I've noticed it.
Oh, nothing, really.
Not very convincing, Jane girl. Whatever it is, I've got just the cure for it.
Would you favor that look for the average woman?
Sale going on at Watson's.
A
new hat would be the ideal tonic
no.
for you. I'm going
I
down
don't
this
think so.
afternoon for a small
Curious.
spree. How about coming with me?
Oh, I wish I could, but it's just impossible. You've no idea how much I've got to do. Remember, I haven't
They
got
also
your
seem
dream
quite
kitchen
a
to make
bit
things
too
easier.
dressed up for just like
Mine's
casual
strictly the
coffee.
nightmare type.
Yes, but I do think people did used to
And I
dress
wish
up
George
back in the
would do
day, just for
something
no
about
reason
it.
at all.
All he's done so far
I'm
is
basing that
talk
on my
and not with
neighbour
any
who's in
real
her 90s
enthusiasm.
and still dresses
About moving him.
Yeah.
very smartly,
We've
just
looked
to
at a
like
couple of
go
older
to
houses.
pick up some milk or whatever.
Exactly.
We've got an
It
older house.
seems like this seems like
If only there
evening
was
makeup
suddenly a
to me,
really
though. It just
selling
seems a bit
George
heavy
on
for
the idea.
coffee in the daytime. I don't know.
The fifth freedom, maybe. Freedom from unnecessary drudgery.
Freedom.
Freedom to go shopping when the urge hits you.
Exactly.
Oh,
Sale going
These
on.
are the freedoms that women value.
Sale or no sale, I'm swamped. Besides, my mother's been quite ill in Cleveland, and I've been thinking about taking the weekend off to visit her.
I've got to get my clothes in the dryer. I'll show you a couple of my prized beauties.
She's an absolute hussy, this woman, I tell you.
This setup makes any day wash day for me.
Oh.
And I can do my drying in any kind of weather with a gas dryer. It couldn't be easier. It's completely automatic.
I remember seeing this washer in the magazine ad. automatic too, isn't it?
That's right.
Isn't there a little colored guide light that follows the operation through the various stages?
Yes.
I mean, the thing is, people will laugh about
exactly
this
what's
type of
happening.
thing.
I don't even have to watch a
But
clock.
I have heard
Wait a
basically versions of this
You say you're
conversation
going to
being
visit
had by
your
women.
mother this
I
weekend.
mean, like,
No, Janie.
you know, I mean, it's a
might
little
prove
over
a
the top,
very
but still.
Fortunate trip for you. Now, just for kicks, don't get too far ahead in your housework.
I mean, I will say,
Now, why should you have to lay out everything all
having
nice
a washing
and ready
machine is
for
quite
George
useful.
and Jimmy, down to the last
Oh,
egg
absolutely.
and can of salmon?
Oh, no, I couldn't.
And American does
I'd have to
American
make
does
things
them much
easy for
better
them.
than
After all,
the UK
After
does.
all you've
I
been
will say,
going
for the most
through,
part.
this might be the awakening for friend George. The big, bright dawn. It might do him a world of good to be left all alone with Jimmy for 2 or 3 days.
she's literally Satan.
In your
She's a guileful tempter.
Well, Jane finally got off for Cleveland. Still not too certain she was doing right by leaving George and Jimmy by themselves. Even though George was absolutely sure they'd get along
amazing
just
car.
fine. That's what he said, just fine.
To do.
And notice, of course, there's a kind of class thing, because you can see that this kitchen is much more kind of old-fashioned and less kitted out than the other kitchen.
Of course, when you leave a man to his own devices, he's apt to think of something fancy, like curried chicken with rice. But in this case, George not only should have done a little more thinking about his recipe, but should have kept his eyes on the stove as well.
Oh, no.
Now, if he'd just let his rice simmer instead of boiling. But frankly, I doubt if George knew how to bring things to a simmer.
Ooh, I feel there's some double entendre with that statement.
Well, maybe it was the mess, and maybe it was just the temperature outside, but George thought he could use a little cooling off. A nice, icy lemonade would be just right.
Absolutely hapless George.
Hey, Pop! When am I gonna eat?
What's with this ice tray here? There's no...
Why, Palooka, get out of here.
Oh, I guess I forgot to fill it.
Sometime you might ask George how far is a mile. He would tell you it's the distance from his sink to his backyard garbage pail.
That happened to me the other day, and I was cursing and blinding everybody.
George was very efficient.
This is you at the lodge, isn't it? Yeah.
The smart way to do dishes was 2 meals at a time.
He's like a kind of...
I'm gonna be here till midnight. What's the matter with you?
Whoa.
he's like a kind of 1950s American Frank Spencer, like a kind of... Absolutely
Jane
useless.
had been away for all of 2.5 days, but the way she was welcomed back by George, you'd think she'd been gone a month.
This is anti-male propaganda, D. Seems like anti-male propaganda to me.
Well, of course. I mean, and that became the tone of advertising, for the next 75 years
We'll
until
be there
today.
early enough. The others aren't coming till 7.
It was setting up the woman as the person who was the main driver of material consumption in the home.
Yes, and consumer decisions.
Only this time with shredded pineapple instead of orange juice. You two go over and sit at the table. Don will be back in a few minutes, George. He's doing some last-minute shopping for me.
What's it?
Oh, hey, I almost forgot the big news. I went out to Pond Ridge with Helen Baker today, and I broke 50 for the first time on 9 holes.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Alice. You mean to tell me that with this big shindig staring you in the face, you still had time for golf?
Nothing to it.
Is that a Smeg fridge?
Come on over. Look at some of the evidence.
Look at the Smeg fridge.
No, but the Smeg fridge is designed after that this era of appliances. What is she making? What is that? It's like marshmallows in a casserole.
I just love the convenience and modern styling of this built-in gas range.
This woman is saving your right.
I don't have to. It's completely automatic. You'll never guess what this sauce is for the baked ham. Equal parts of grape jelly and light mustard, blended and simmered. And this burner does it without scorching. Anyone care for a spot of grapefruit juice to tide you over?
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like hanging out with you, but can you stop trying to sell me things every single time I talk?
Stop trying to get me to mix mustard and grape jelly on the
All by itself. Continue
We're going to stop pushing things on me, woman. Just
really?
Talk about weather.
Aren't you taking a chance of staining that counter with fruit juice?
No danger with Formica. Won't ever stain. Oh, that's the greatest help, George. Hanging the things you need where you need them. In fact, this whole kitchen was designed for efficiency and convenience.
That's what I like. Solid and sturdy as steel.
So easy to keep clean, too.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, automatic flour dispenser. Very handy. Here, I'll show you how it works.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, hi, Don Boyer.
George.
We're a little early.
Oh, that's good.
I've been showing them around.
Oh, good, darling. Hello, Jane.
Hi. Oh, Don, will you get rid of these for me while I sort this stuff?
Well, you might have pressed old George into service. Here, come on, George, and I'll show you how it works. This is really for me, chum.
What is it?
Well, it's a simple gas disposer.
Oh, for God's sake.
It takes care of all the waste. The brightest, shiniest bride could use this gizmo.
Yeah? That's great.
And that also goes for this automatic water heater. 2 temperatures from the same tank at the same time. Now,
someone said she's a shill for the big kitchen.
It gives you hot water for the bathroom and for the kitchen sink. But the other pipe, this one gives you really hot water for clothes and for dishes to make them really clean.
Wow.
Both any time you want. And look, George, if you're really interested...
This is what men talk about when they get away from the wives, isn't it?
He's as bad as his wife.
Yeah.
He's going to be here tonight. Yeah, just in case you'd have anything to ask him.
Yeah.
Well, all I want to say
my evil plans
turned into a rather
have borne
interesting
fruit.
and provocative conversation. And Ed Stevens is a handy man with figures and ideas. It certainly looked like progress was being made when we peeked in on them. Well, that's the way it worked out. And as I mentioned before, it wasn't a plot against George. Well, you don't think Jane and I would do something like that, do you?
Well, they sold their house.
Yeah, they bought a new dream home so they can sell appliances to their friends
I'll leave
as well.
it up to you whether the gals tricked me or not. But that's another story. This new dream house is a happy ending to our story. Why don't you drop around and talk with the men who can make your dream of a new home come true? The best and most reputable builders in your area are here to help you. They're standing by right now in the booth, sponsored by your local Home Builders Association, to discuss plans and prices with you. Believe me, a few minutes now can lead to a whole lifetime of happiness. Happy home building.
Oh. Yeah, the house was just sold for $3 million to BlackRock. Caloric, Whirlpool, the Formica Company, Republic Steel Kitchens. These are your masters.
I don't understand why you didn't just buy a new kitchen. Like, I mean,
no.
They sold him on the kitchen, and he's like, "Yeah, oh, sod it. It's too much to do. I'll just buy a whole new house."
Yeah, we just need the whole house.
All he needed to buy was a washing machine. God's sake! They had a massive house. Their old house was really nice. So very strange. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, also, I just looked up. I was wrong about Darren McGavin. Yeah, was an actor. Was in many things, including in David Lean's Summertime, and in The Man with the Golden Arm.
I reckon today nobody would sell that massive brick house they had to buy one of those ranches.
To buy one of those terrible 1950s ranch houses.
I just don't. I mean, I just don't think that they would have maintained their. I think on today's market, the place they sold would be worth more than the place they bought. That's my view.
Also, American viewers may recognize George as being the father in the film A Christmas Story, which is very heavy rotation on American television around Christmas time.
So let's see what else we've got on the docket.
Oh yes, Juan Montoya points out that you're right. That may have been asbestos paneling on the side of the house rather than cement. Was quite popular in this period.
I just find it very odd that rather than just upgrade his kitchen, he decided to just sell his entire property.
Yeah.
Anyway, what should we do now? Should we take a jaunt into the 60s and 70s, or do you want to stay in the 50s?
50s and 70s. What else do we have in the 50s?
Mind Your Manners. We've got.
Oh, let's do Mind Your Manners before we leave the 50s behind.
All right. Tell me when.
As soon as I find it here. Oh.
You got it?
No. Mind Your... Oh, there it is. All right. Ready. 3, 2, 1. Play. What's my line? Mind Your Manners. Coronet. Trackable film. 1953, I think it said.
No, the consultant was a woman, D. The consultant was a woman.
Of course it was. Why is she dressed like that? Oh, they have like a Dutch-themed cafe.
It must be a pancake.
Oh, yes,
Dutch pancakes.
Yes, the what was that place called? The International House of Pancakes.
IHOP, yeah.
IHOP.
Hiya, Marge. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late, but I ran into Jean here. Oh, Jean, this is Ed Reardon, the Ed I was telling you about. Hello.
How do you do?
And this is Jack Connors. Jean Bassett from over at Morrisville.
How do you do, Jean?
Hello.
Here, you can sit here.
Slightly shifty character.
Would you like something? A malt or a soda?
A malt, I think.
Malt. I like the idea of that.
You notice their good manners right away. Good manners make good first impressions. And because your manners are showing all the time, they have a lot to do with how well people like you. We've noticed Jack's manners because, well, they seem easy and natural. Of course, He does have a special reason for good manners.
Can I have another cup of cocoa, Swiss Miss?
Good manners are comfortable and natural and easy for him now because they're with him all day.
People are attracted to people who they look like.
Well, let's see.
I think the young boy and the young girl kind of look at.
Morning, Jack.
Morning.
Morning, Jack.
Hi.
Morning, dear.
See, a cheerful good morning is a good way to start the day. Good manners will help toward a pleasant, happy day. And home is a good place to practice them.
Some eggs, Dad?
Thanks.
May I have some toast, please?
He doesn't have the face of someone who has good manners.
Please?
No, he doesn't.
Thank you. These are words of respect.
Again, it's
words
due
that
to
make
his
day-to-day
physiology.
living go smoothly.
Oh, Jack, do you think I could borrow that portable radio of yours for the picnic tomorrow?
No!
Asking to borrow things politely, not demanding them.
All right.
And sharing things when you can are more signs of good manners.
It's about time to get out the storm windows and check them over. How about tonight, Jack?
Gee, I'm sorry, Dad. I have a date tonight. Would tomorrow be all right?
Sure. Just make sure.
Yes, even when you have to go against another's wishes, you can do it agreeably. Being agreeable, saying and doing things in a pleasant way, that's easy enough. And it does make a difference all day long.
Ready?
Yeah, just a second. I'll put my jacket on here. Oh, excuse me. I'll get it.
Excuse me. Jack's good manners are showing again.
Jack Connor speaking.
It's helpful to give your name when you answer.
Well, Mr. Moore, I'm sorry. My father just left for the plant a few minutes ago. May I take a message?
Ask him to call me when he comes in tonight.
Yes, I will.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell him.
Do you know, Dee,
All right, sir.
despite their
Goodbye.
reputation,
You
I've
can
met
be
quite a lot
direct
of
and brief
polite
on the
Americans.
phone. Say what you have to say.
Oh,
and
they're
then
very
stop.
polite. Very polite.
For on the phone, too, your manners
Especially
are
as you
showing.
go
Ready to go?
south.
Ready for you.
Yeah.
We're going, Mom. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, bye, Jack. Bye, sis.
See you after school.
Right.
When Jack leaves the house with a lady, it's ladies first. Yes, even with his sister.
So she can step in the
For
dog
on the
shit
street,
before he
as
does.
much as at home, your manners are showing.
Yeah, he does have he has the air of someone who is fastidiously polite to cover up the fact that, you know,
It's a simple
he's
enough
into
matter to
some
give
really
people you
perverted
meet
shit.
plenty of room to pass. Good manners again, and they put you in a good light.
Hi.
How are you? Well,
Yeah, I want to see some bad manners.
How are you? We've missed you.
I'm fine now. No more tonsils, please.
Oh, that's right. You had them out, didn't you?
A cheerful greeting for friends you meet, an inquiry about their welfare, and everyone feels more at ease. That's what good manners do. They make everyone feel at ease.
Yeah, but it's quite
What about
boring.
manners when the bus
All they're doing is being really, really civil and polite to each other.
I know. I was
Right,
hoping
of
it would,
course.
because usually these films
Ladies
have like
first.
the counterexample. Usually these
And
films
no
have like
shoving or
someone
pushing.
behaving terribly. Huh. There's Rosa Parks in the back.
Inside the bus, you can enjoy the ride and let others enjoy it. Or you can, well, look around. Perhaps
Cool.
the less
Look how
said
cool he
about
is, right at the
this
back of the
kind
bus,
manners,
Dave.
the better.
Oh, they did go to the back of the bus, didn't they?
And this kind.
Oh. Now I've got some bad manners there.
Oh, look, she's haughty. Haughty.
Your manners are showing. And it's good manners that make a good impression.
Is that the same girl from the malt bar?
I
Now,
think so.
about getting off the bus. Should Jack get off first? Yes, he can give the ladies a hand.
Evanston.
And girls, let the men help.
wonder where that
They
is.
enjoy it.
Yeah, let the man help.
And no loafing around. Being on time is good manners, too.
Oh, no.
Are your manners showing when you're in class? Let's see. There's Jack giving the teacher his best attention. Good manners again.
He
Now,
looks
in
like
order
he's
to
leering.
understand Anglo-Saxon England,
We must go back many, many years.
Betty, did I tell you the latest Jan told me?
This kind of manners shows, too. It's one way to impress the teacher.
What a diversity.
All right, we'll continue our
It looks
discussion
slightly
now.
diverse.
We're talking about Queen Elizabeth and the coronation. All right, class dismissed.
Oh, the coronation, which would have happened, yes, 1953.
Say, I noticed you're new in class. I'm Jack Connors.
Hi, Jack. My name's Fred Johnson. Glad to know you.
All right, Fred. See, I thought we might walk around the school here and
Introducing yourself to a new classmate is good manners and easy.
Jack? Say, have you seen the new school paper?
No.
Well, here, you can borrow mine. My sister has one I can use.
An offer of help, willingness to share, and your good manners help make friends for you. Walking slowly, keeping to the right. More good manners.
Got some nice pictures in there.
Oh, I'll get them.
Can I give you a hand?
No, that's all right.
She'll remember good manners, and that makes Jack rate high with her.
Yeah.
Little cameo from William Shakespeare there.
I saw him.
After school, when it's time for fun, when it's so easy to forget about manners, what about then?
Let's do some cries, Dad!
Yes, your manners are showing that.
Another
too.
amazing car.
To think Jack is just so
What
bored.
are
Like
good manners when you're driving?
It just goes around being nice all
Obeying
day.
all the traffic laws. Yes, but
I'm
more
telling
than
you,
that.
I'm telling you, when the sun goes down,
You
Jack,
can wait for someone
the
to get across
savage
the street,
beast
even
comes
if
out.
you do have the right of way. You can drive as
What do you think the
quietly
crime
as
rate is in this town?
No
Like
hanging on the
0%
horn or
crime.
loose mufflers.
0%.
In WASP America.
There are good manners
I wonder
for
what this
driving,
community is like today. That's what I wonder.
Your manners show in the things you do, in the clothes you wear.
Sis, you're not going yet, are you?
Pretty soon, Jack. Larry's due any minute now.
Well, here's the portable you... Pardon me, sis, but you aren't... Do you think you should go to a picnic dressed like that?
Picnic?
Whoa.
Oh, the picnic's tomorrow.
Oh, I guess I misunderstood you this morning. I'll put the radio in your room.
Thanks. Oh, Jack, I am going to a concert tonight. Do you think I look all right?
For a concert? Terrific. Wait a second.
Yes, your manners are showing all day long. You may not know it,
Do you think
but
people
all
like
along
Jack?
the way, your manners leave their mark.
I mean, would you like to hang out with him? Because
Jack is
I
so
think he's quite a
kind
dull
and
lad, you know.
It's nice to have him come to breakfast dressed and cheerful.
Yeah, that's the subtext of this. That, like
On the
everyone
telephone.
hates Jack because he's just
That
such a...
message will be delivered. Fine boy, that Jack Connors. Helpful.
Oh, don't sit around thinking about Jack Connors, you old bastard.
There is a pleasant, well-mannered group of young people, not like some.
When he's
Everywhere
going
you
to
go,
make the move?
your
Come on,
manners
Jack.
are with you, and they leave their mark. They help you feel sure of yourself, too.
And then
they
he
make an
stands up
impression
and
on
just
people,
starts to open
on
fire.
everyone you meet. We could listen in on Jean's thoughts, for example.
No.
Well, you take it from here.
Oh, well, take it from here, right to the bin. That was a dull one. Oh, sorry about that. I usually vet them to make sure that they're interesting.
He's basically just perfectly well-mannered young man all the way through, and then it ends.
And yet there was. I still maintain that there was a friction between the way he was behaving and the way he looked, like his face and his.
Yes,
expression.
he's got the eyes of he had the physiognomy of somebody who looks like he could belong in a delinquent center or something.
Exactly. Like when I saw him, when I saw him on the, just like opening the file, I was just like, oh, he's going to be the one without manners. But no, I'm very weird about that.
Yeah, it did remind me though of that book that Bap always goes on about, The Ordeal of Civility, where he argues that the massive change that happened in America was a Catholic and Jewish revolt against Protestant manners, basically, because that was Wasp Manners that we were watching. The whole thesis of this book is that they had to like suppress their natural way of being to live up to that way of life, and to not offend the Protestant majority. So when they finally got onto the levers of power, they then started like pulling apart and deconstructing that society that they found so oppressive, essentially.
Well, I have to say that there is something about the entire order of that's presented in that film that is, to me, that is not a masculine way of being. Like that is not a society. That is a society that is set up for kind of that woman at the end. Like that's a society for kind of middle-aged married women in a domestic middle class society. That is not a society for the needs and aspirations of young men, of certainly of the warrior type. We talk about these different types of men.
Yeah, so it's very recognizably a bourgeois order, isn't it? But you're constantly having to, it's very others focused, which I guess is the essence of manners, right? You're always thinking of the other person, rather than putting their needs ahead of your own. So you can see, I do worry about how bored Jack might be in that town, though, with his. Because we never see them talk about anything else,
No, nothing, and nor do we ever see Jack really doing anything. Like all he does is open doors and pull out chairs for women, answer the phone for women, pull lint off his sister's shoulder, give up his very expensive transistor radio to his sister. We don't ever see him. What is he doing? Does he play a sport? Does he hunt? Where is Jack's masculine? He's in the flower of young manhood. Where is that manifesting itself? I'm going to the Swiss Miss malt shop with the girls. I don't know. It just seems very
Yeah, I think the word we're looking for is passive. He's very passive, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't think of this like this is not. I don't want to return to this. This is not a vision of a good society. The BoomerCon would say, this is what we want to return to this, but I don't think so. I think that this was part and parcel of the hideous advent of modernity, in its own way.
Yes, although I would say that town probably had a really low crime rate. And
I mean, just based upon the demographics, I suspect it probably had a very low crime.
And there's no traffic congestion on the streets either. So
No.
All right. Shall we move to the 60s or the 70s?
Yes.
The country look. Greenwich Village.
So these two, these two go sort of hand in hand. Let's watch the one called.
Or do you want to do some junior high?
No, they'll do junior high after these. We need a transition. Let's do the I got different file names. That's why it's so difficult for me to find these.
It's called
RFD Greenwich Village, 1969, circa 1969. This was an advert. This was not an advert, but this was an industrial film produced for like the cotton lobby. But I think it's just visually and sort of sociologically interesting.
All right.
3, 2, 1, play.
In the shadows of modern Manhattan, surrounded by glass and steel, yet only a subway stop away from the seething city, with its crowds of people, hectic workday schedules, and the office routines, lies the sleepy village called Greenwich. A suburban oasis where one can gather thoughts and enjoy the wonders of nature.
In Greenwich Village, New York. Yes, okay.
Or saunter through winding streets.
Didn't Bob Dylan live there, D?
Yes, I mean this is the kettle
Among
of fish
handsome
and all of those
churches, inlaid
all
with
those places.
antiquity,
That whole scene
and
was
houses
great.
weathered as wrinkled crones, and through courtyards stippled with the light and shade of centuries.
Hey, by a dog.
Here, thousands of people live in an atmosphere much like the one they left in their own hometown.
These are some hideous clothes. Absolutely hideous.
Those clothes. Also, again, I like the implication that no one is from there. Everyone left
Village
somewhere
life
to
is
go
cosmopolitan, yet
which was
relaxed
true.
and carefree. Pleasure is found in just being alive. Suburban living on an urban landscape. A time to pursue personal pleasures. To find self-expression in comfortable clothing. The tempo is leisurely, and Cotton's casual appeal is in step with carefree living. Worldly worries are laid aside, and time is spent on decorating the home, making repairs, minding the laundry, browsing through antique shops for a possible bargain, or discovering a rare volume in a quaint bookstore.
Pick up some subversive literature.
Or shopping in the world-famous Bleecker Street Market, alive with the carnival colors of old world piazzas.
Was this the first hipster time?
I mean, and
With the
you know,
chores complete,
I know quite a lot
it's
about
time
this,
for a few
this
relaxing
area
moments
and this,
in one of the many
this period.
popular
It was not
sidewalk
like this
cafes.
even then. This is bizarre.
Freed from conservative business attire, the modern villager finds comfort in cotton corduroy, the fabric woven for the now generation. As ruggedly appealing as the great outdoors.
See, this is what Jack
yet
grew. This is what
sophisticatedly
Jack
shaped
is doing
for the
10 years
modes
on.
of cosmopolitan life.
Jack was smoking LSD in Greenwich Village.
And got into corduroy.
Greenwich Village has long been a clothes capital. From the early days of our country, village styles have been avant-garde. Always a step or so before their time. Contemporary as today, new as tomorrow. For
Simon Roberts
casual
said she's
wear,
like a
carefree
Diane
cotton
Keaton
has
figure
been the
about to
fabric
find
most
herself. That is
preferred by
exactly.
designers for this most
Yeah, she's
creative
very
of
Diane Keaton.
communities.
La-di-da.
I did like those tight trousers on the woman doing the tailoring.
Yeah.
Night falls, creating a world of contradiction, of paradoxes in life. The tourist is lured by a sense of adventure in losing himself in a modern Casbah, while the resident prefers an evening spent at a theater off Broadway, where the actors and audience share their common experiences after each performance.
There's something very odd about this film, D.
Yes.
This
Or
is
an
the
early
voice
dinner
of
in
like
a favorite hideaway.
establishment America giving the rubber stamp on Greenwich Village is
going to a party in the garret of a bohemian friend.
Well, exactly, and again, I think people need to dispel with this idea that the entire sort of project of the very late 1960s was anything other than just another fetch by the establishment, and another coup. I mean, it wasn't anti-establishment at all. It was instantly co-opted into this, I mean, this is 1969, and already the Cotton Board of America, whatever, is using this whole thing as just a way to sell naff clothing. Oh.
If you're pushing at an open door, you're not a radical. That's what I
say. Like any other small community, Greenwich Village has its town square. Once a field for bloody Indian battles and aristocratic duels, hangings and potters' burials, Washington Square is now an island retreat. Here on Sundays, villagers gather for idle pleasure.
When I lived there, you couldn't walk through Washington Square without being harassed by at least like 20 drug dealers. Like they would literally like follow you. Oh, ethnic subversive ethnic type.
Towering high above this pastoral setting is the American Arc de Triomphe, perpetuating in stone the ideals of the father of our country. Washington Arch stands as a monument for all free men.
They pulled that down yet.
In the old row houses just north of the square lived the 19th century aristocracy. Behind these ancient gates, in leather-bound libraries and French-style drawing rooms, life was gay and frivolous.
Say that again.
Well.
Today's high-fashion cottons reflect the past in designer collections inspired
I like
by
the
young romantic look.
There.
Couturier cottons, frilled, ruffled, edged in lace. Delicate feminine cottons, recreating an era of fantasy, of pure coquetry, of sheer romance. Cotton organdies, laces, and velveteens, resplendently radiating the nostalgia of times past.
Can you imagine the person that had to sit and write that?
Somehow, this film was made 1969 Greenwich Village just seemed like really normal and uncool.
It's like really uncool.
This is like the least cool place on earth.
Greenwich Village is endowed with a great sense of history. Its brownstones, its garrets, cellars, and courtyards have been home to literary masters such as Mark Twain, Herman Melville, and Edna St. Vincent Millay, Washington Irving, Edgar Allan Poe, and O. Henry. Of President Monroe, patriot Alexander Hamilton, inventors Thomas Edison, Robert Fulton, and Samuel Morse, artists Thomas Hart Benton and Winslow Homer, and others who have contributed to the American heritage.
A Noel Coward play.
There's something so odd about this. It's just sucked all the vitality in life.
Today, Greenwich Village is the postmark for many countrified cosmopolitans.
It's like suffocate,
people
like
who
all that stuff
prefer
you were talking about,
small-town
nothing
casualness
lands.
to
It's just
rigid
like,
metropolitan dress for them and their suburban
this guy doesn't
counterparts.
care about Mark Twain or anything.
Manufacturers and designers work around the clock, to provide the cotton sportswear and leisure wear they demand for the country life.
The word I'm looking for is sterile. It's like a kind of very odd.
Yeah, it's been passed through that washing machine from the 50s video we watched.
That was one of the weirdest things I can remember watching.
There's something very weird about that. Yeah, that's why I picked it. You know, it's almost it's like some sort of like alien intelligence trying to sort of like understand, what humans were doing in 1969.
Yeah, but even when he was going through the history, it just seems so divorced from anything real.
Yeah,
it's just like, I'm going to talk about George Washington and Mark Twain, and it's just like, where's this coming from? Who is this guy? It's very odd.
Very, very weird. Okay, let's watch a very short one, which is called
The Country Look.
A Country Look, yeah, which is just 2 minutes, but it's the sort of, I would say, the British parallel to what we just watched.
Let's have a watch that.
This is the peak John D lifestyle here. This one. All right, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play.
Slinky and Pink Panther pilled.
Yeah. And their matching shearling coats.
Well, these people seem a lot more stylish than the Greenwich Village lot.
They do. I mean, look at that thatch. Goodness sake.
Lovely. Very nice place to live.
Yeah. Amazing hairstyles, I would say.
I keep half expecting Christopher Lee to turn up, but still.
There we have it. Now there we go. That's what you need.
Lovely.
Like a swimming pool in the Devon countryside.
Oh man.
I'm also led to wonder what the relationship between these three people is.
Yeah, there's something very slightly
strange about it.
I'll go first tonight, alright?
Oh, look at a deerstalker hat. Amazing.
It's weird, but these guys genuinely seem cooler to me than
they're so much cooler than the New York hipsters.
Look at the clicking.
Amazing.
Oh, they've gone to a country pub.
Me too, Grand Marniers, barmaid. I love that it ends with that weird zoom on the Toby John.
It's so weird. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. I have no idea what that was or what it was for.
There's something remarkably. I find like a sinister undertone to the whole thing. You know,
yes. Like
what are they up to? These two men.
What are they doing? God's sake!
I think there was a really there was a. If you could reimagine that scene with the Toby jug at the end, redirected by somebody like, I don't know, Michael Haneke, you know, they've come to dominate the barmaid or something, you know, they're gonna
exactly. You know, Yeah, I'm just in you know, I'm thinking of yeah, like like Sam Peckinpah, like just
Yes.
some sort of
Yeah, it does. I mean, somebody in the chat said 1960s Patrick Bateman's. There is some weird. There's a strange undertone to that.
Very weird undertone to that.
I enjoyed it though.
But those people were much more interesting than the try-hard hipsters in Greenwich Village.
Absolutely, and I think that if they met Jack from Mind Your Manners, they'd probably just like point a gun at him or something.
Oh,
they just seem like kind of ruthless psychopaths.
Jack got dumped in that pond.
All right, do we want to watch some of junior high school?
Yeah, we'll watch some of the junior high school. Is very long, so we can't watch all of it, but it's so remarkable that we do have to give it a look.
Well, we can do about 10 minutes of it. Let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, someone said it has a Straw Dogs undertone.
it really does, though. It's just like, you know, come on, let's get a drunk for the bit of the old in out later on.
Yeah. I hate you. Jumped up, pantry boy.
Do you know what we should do one day, Lee? Right? We should provide dialogue. We should do voiceover for that.
Voiceover for that. Yeah.
Just imagine what's actually happening in it, you know. Because the close up of the Toby jug at the end could make it really sinister.
Could make it really sinister. Oh God! All right. Okay, junior high school. This is 1978, and again, I don't know what this is. So, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
This is horror. What the fuck is this?
You'll love this because it's just so full of like random bullying and weirdness.
So it's literally like horror vibe. Oh dear. You can't go anywhere in the school without somebody shoving you down.
Someone shoving you. Ugh.
It's that big, ladies. Go on, get him in the bed. So odd. Can I just say this is the messaging that Gen X kids have? It's just and they grew up to be Thomas 777.
And me.
And you.
Yeah. God, I would set foot in a place like this.
Remember the play where I had two guys coming up on my left? Where to go? So one went right up the middle.
Hey, did I tell you that Coach Collier wants me to go out for city track competition?
She looks even better than she did last year. Jerry, am I going to hear that again all year? You were in love with her all last year, and all you did was talk about it. Did you ask her out? No. Listen, handsome. If you'd listen to me, Lori'd be with you right now instead of with freaking Frack.
That's young Red Hawk there.
I know, but those guys always make me nervous.
A fat little nerd, of course. Oop.
Of course, the cruel truth is he has absolutely no chance whatsoever with her.
No.
Guys, listen. I have to tell you about my party.
Need to get a Wikipedia.
Does anyone recognise that? Does anyone recognise that person?
No.
Let's see if anyone in the chat gets it.
I can't wait, Sherry.
Ugh.
You always plan the greatest parties. I know. We're gonna have a party.
Oh. This is the weirdest thing. What the fuck is this? It's like weird. It's all like It's discordant. Did William Friedkin direct this or something?
Yeah. Today is we developed this theme today of just like unintentional like psychic horror.
Everything's discordant and out of tune and strange, isn't it? God. I mean, nobody watching this could wonder why America has a strange, like, shitter problem.
Yeah.
It's like an engine room to create psychopaths. What is this place? I don't know if Lady of Shalott is here, but the girl in the lumberjack top looks a lot like Lurch from Prisoner Cell Block H.
So no one guessed, but the girl, that is Paula Abdul. She just walked away.
Abdul, right?
Yeah, that was Paula Abdul of the 1980s. Yeah.
The one who was singing.
Yes.
She's a lot better looking when she was older, I tell you.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, don't look at her now though. She's been carved. She's been carved into within an inch of her life.
Sorry when I get there.
Get there? But who'll you get to take you?
Oh.
Hierarchy.
You should have listened to me in the first place. Paul, if I listened to everything you told me, I'm
That is Red Hawk, isn't it?
Look who's back. If it isn't Mr. Briefcase himself.
Oh, here's Turnip.
Yeah, do you know
where room 41 is?
Oh, yeah, it's over there.
Everyone in this school is a psycho. I love it.
They're all. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Paul. I thought this was going to be a good year, but I see you two idiots are here.
Turnip.
Hey, Keith. Yeah? So you've got a new briefcase. You guys leave this one alone. You guys are so immature. I bet you don't even have dates for the party yet. Who are you gonna ask? Karen? Keith, you're a moron. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask Lori.
She's gonna turn you down, mate. She's gonna turn you.
Lori Scott, you fool. She always has those jocks
You
hanging
fool.
around with her. What makes you think she'll go out with you? Yeah, she doesn't even know you. I'll get her to know me. Listen, Poindexter, if Jerry says he can do it, he can do it. If he follows my advice. Now, why don't you take your briefcase for a walk?
Even the nerd is a psychopathic.
You guys are just a couple of retards.
Whoa!
Who are you gonna get to take you to the party?
Oh.
I mean, if David's
some wimp. I'm just gonna ditch him when I get there anyway, so I can take care of David.
But won't that hurt his feelings?
Hurt his feelings?
Everybody's a psycho.
Gee,
I love it.
wouldn't want to hurt
Everyone.
his feelings.
Oh, who cares? I'll find someone.
Oh.
Jerk. Why don't you watch where you're going?
Oh, Jerry, I'm so sorry.
Oh. Ugh.
Are you all right? I didn't see you.
God, he's gonna get damaged by that nose on her. For goodness sake.
This is the z-axis. Represents depth, the third dimension. Now, actually, I've drawn it as a diagonal line on this two-dimensional blackboard, but in reality, it represents a line drawn perpendicular to the x and y axis.
Does look like Kurt Vonnegut.
Imagine it, if you will, passing through the blackboard, like this. In other words, if I were to suspend a clothesline from right here, past this point, all the way through to the back...
That's great, Rembrandt. But that won't get you anywhere. You've got to get her attention. Make her
Red Hawk
notice
is absolutely
You're
relentless.
always giving me
Red-
such wonderful advice.
Red
How come I
Hawk
never
never
see you
lets
follow
up.
it?
Please don't watch what
Oh,
I
no.
do. Instead, I wish you
Oh my
would do
God.
what I say.
This Gordon out of teen singing again.
My life could be milk and honey.
Someone needs to gift this and send it to Red Hawk.
If I'd done a lot of the things I have thought of for you. But don't watch what I do. Instead, I wish you would do what I say.
This is so odd and off kilter, the whole thing.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
advice
No, there's some very dark, sinister energy in this entire thing.
or else I'd
Can't stop watching it.
surrounded by hundreds of girls every day. So what would I do? Instead, I wish you
He's
would
been
do
reading
what I
Rollo Tomasi, this young man.
Oh.
You should go out and impress her.
Maybe it's like some sort of like cursed version of Cyrano de Bergerac.
I'd go out and try it for me.
The trouble is, he's got no chance with that girl. Because
No.
they're older than them. She's older.
Yeah.
And she's hanging out with the two guys who are like 6'2" each.
My advice is
Like, oh, his name was Mr. Rumble.
I'm too shy to obey. Or else I'd be surrounded by hundreds of girls every day. So don't watch what I do. Instead, I wish you would do what I say.
Oh.
Now don't be nervous. She's got to be around here somewhere.
Oh my God.
There she is. Now you're all set. Remember what I said? I'll
Don't
see
do
you
it.
PE.
Just don't do it.
Go on.
It's going to be so humiliating for this poor boy.
Oh.
He's going to remember this when he's like 40. He'll still be having nightmares about it.
He's never going to forget.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh.
At least he didn't do it. At least he didn't do it. It's excruciating. It really is. I love how dangerous it is to walk down a corridor in that place as well. You
Yeah.
get a shove off in the face or
Thrown into the bin.
Oak, pine,
Turnip.
walnut, and of course balsa. We will be working on 5 projects throughout the semester. Now your first project, which is due a week from Tuesday.
Oh, hello, Jerry.
Young man, come over here. Take this to the cafeteria. For for some extracurricular activity.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Look at that. Oh.
Horrendous.
Oh, no. Oh.
No. Was this film made by like Murray Rothbard, who just really hates school, you know? Just wants...
God.
Oh.
Ugh.
Oh, fuck you.
You take a piece of plywood and hammer in a nail. I don't want any horseplay or I'll give you each a fail.
The napkins on the left side, be sure to fold it neat. Attractive table settings make a pleasant way to eat.
Each machine must be kept clean, the bottom to the top. Don't leave before you sweep the floor. I want a spotless shop.
You'll get an education, but you won't need a book. Your one examination is to eat the food you cook.
Yeah!
And here you have a planer. The blade is very thin. Be careful when you use it or you'll plane off all your skin.
Why does this exist? I
don't know. I don't know. That's Paul Abdul again.
Yeah. Is that the girl he's after, the one in the back? I think
Yeah,
it is, isn't
I
it?
think so.
I think I'm feeling nauseous.
Girls, I told you not to talk.
Now this is called a bandsaw. The blade could slice a tree. You better watch your fingers or you'll be an amputee.
You have to toss the dough up.
And this could smash your toe up.
I'm really gonna throw up.
Just love the way she just dominates her friend. That's very true to life, by the way.
Oh yes,
you always get a master-slave relationship in teenage girls.
In girls, yeah.
It's still there. You really did. I was afraid you weren't going to be able to go to the party. I'm all right, really.
Oh, that
I'm gonna
nose,
go. I'm
though.
going to be late for PE.
He's playing this all wrong, though. He should just
Maybe I'll
get,
bump into you again.
you should get her over and done with to pop his cherry, and then he might have confidence to approach
What
the
a jerk.
to approach the other one.
Margie Amsterdam, please report to the girls' PE office.
Ugh. Oh no. No, please don't.
She is only popular because of her shape. She fills out her bra with a perfect.
It's the one on the left, a girl.
We stand in awe. It's really
That girl on
unfair.
there.
I mean, it's very hard to tell these days, isn't it?
We're longing to be bigger, so we pray. 33C and not double A.
They want bigger boobs.
This is a song about boobs.
Yes. They're three flat-chested girls.
The Itty Bitty Titty Committee.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
This is so dark, dude.
I knew you'd like this.
It's so dark.
I just saw the British remote.
That is why we're howling. It's 'cause we're too flat, and that's that.
This is like a really deep meditation, Dee, on how sinister high school is.
Well, at least we have 2 classes together. So who are you going to my party with, Bill or Bob? Did Bob tell you that Coach Collier wants him to go out for the city track competition?
I think you may have mentioned it once or twice.
Well, whichever one you go.
Someone says we should rename Women's Hour to the Itty Bitty Tea Committee.
Basic equipment, very important.
But that's the one Jerry wants to go out
Everybody's
with.
gotta wear one. It's up to you squad leaders to make sure
Yeah.
that everyone in your squad is properly equipped.
Coach,
Yes, Friedman?
what if a student wanted to wear it over my underwear?
No, Friedman, you can't.
God, that's not fair. I thought we could wear... All right, Friedman, go run a mile. God.
Okay, 50 toe touches. Call them off out loud.
Oh.
There she is. Your dreamboat.
Get in there, Jerry.
Doesn't even know you exist. I know. Now's your chance. Go over and talk to her. During class? Sure. The general over there won't even miss you.
Taking a massive risk yet again.
Look at that absolutely dire building.
I really have to see if he gets his way with this girl now.
Oh! Oh.
She's gone.
Who is that guy? I saw him this morning.
Oh.
He's a friend of Julie's. He's going to a party. What's he doing? I think he likes you, Lordy. Maybe he'll take you to the party. Run 2 laps!
Ronald Rubin.
Yeah.
Harold Salzman.
Here.
Jerry Saunders.
Here.
Saunders, get over here!
Oh, why did you give yourself away?
Saunders, since you seem to be so full of energy,
Yeah.
I think you deserve an extra little workout.
We are the gym teachers.
Oh no.
You haven't worked enough until you drop dead. We're gonna get you to sweat. You don't stand a chance. This isn't modern dance. It's phys ed. Run a lap. Don't throw up. Don't talk back. Wear a cup. Write your name on your clothes. Bend your knees. Touch your toes.
We are the squad leaders, and if we see you talk, we will send you on laps. We'll make you wash your clothes. We'll make you snap your jock. Be sure to show the straps.
I remember there was this one boy who was made to do laps in his underwear when I was doing pool.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had a heart condition, and he was like literally like, he was like, "Sir, I've got a bad heart." Shut up, prune, just get around there.
Oh my god.
What does it mean? I'm just in junior high and I'm a Marine. I was happy back in 6th grade. 4 square kickball. We had it made. We are the squad leaders, and if we see you talk,
You haven't
we will
enough
send
until
one lap.
you drop dead. We're gonna get you
they really need all these songs in this?
Do what?
Do they really need all these songs in this?
Don't know.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Action.
Did you know that art was going to Sheriff Park?
There she is.
Back case, forget it.
Okay, Romeo, you're all set. I got you another chance to meet Lori.
But Paul...
Don't thank me. That's my job, lover boy. All you have to do is go down to the nurse's office.
The nurse's office?
Yeah, I arranged for Lori to be summoned there.
I don't know why we would have called you here. You don't look sick. You don't need an eye exam. You don't feel sick, do you?
Ah.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
I gotta see the nurse.
You know the flu's going around. I heard from downtown that sometimes you students feel tired and you don't even know what you have. I've been feeling kind of tired lately.
I have to
You
see
can't
the
be
nurse.
here without
Oh,
a hall
please
pass.
don't sing a song.
I gotta go. Please, I'm really sick.
I don't even remember why we summoned you here.
I'm gonna throw up any minute.
Okay, you're coming with me.
No.
Oh.
She likes him. No.
Oh.
Damn it. No, it's going to be a happy ending. Damn it. I wanted this to be crushed.
Oh.
Hi,
We find out that that briefcase is full of cocaine.
I'm on a diet, so I saved a spear. I
Ugh.
thought you might like it.
I want it after you've handled
I
it.
hear you don't have a date yet for the party. Well, I haven't. I don't either.
I like how he's just had no time for her. Back off.
What was that? Oh, there she is. She's going to spot him again.
You can only check out 10 books. That's the rule.
Oh, here's young AA.
I'm sorry. Here, let me help you.
No, just get out of here.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Oh, he's reading the populist delusion.
Oh, it's working. No.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Reality returns.
Come on, Lori, let's go. Come on, we'll be late.
Oh, she likes him. Damn it, she likes him.
You're so disappointed.
It was his fault, Mrs. Dewey.
decide which one of us you're going to the party with?
Hey, did I tell you that Coach
That
Collier
shot
wants
was
to,
so... Oh no, she doesn't like him anymore. She's gone off Chad.
She wouldn't be interested in this kid. She would not be
It's
interested.
just completely unrealistic.
Oh, I must look like a funny guy.
I think she's endeared by his efforts. That's what's happened.
Right.
You got to remember, women are extremely kind of self-absorbed in that way.
That she was mine. I guess I ought to try for something less.
She thinks it's sweet that he's doing all of this, and that's endeared her to him. So, despite the fact that he's about 4'10", she's still going to go for it.
I don't have a chance, and so why try?
Lori, I'm going out now, honey. Don't forget to make out the summons slips on my desk. You have to send them out this period.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ugh, that was weird.
Everything in this film is weird.
Everything in this film is weird.
I hardly know him.
Oh God! Look at nobody singing this film as well.
To be fair, it does sound like the soundtrack has got a warp in it.
Oh, that may explain it.
Sometimes these films where there's just like an old print, the optical soundtrack will have a kind of warped bit to the edge of the film.
It's probably improved it, you know.
It's probably made it. Oh, I see they're doing the whole like duet from a distance thing.
Oh, they're definitely going to get together now. Sadly, it's just setting young men up for unrealistic expectations. This film.
This was her only film role. Imagine that.
What, this? That girl
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
In fact, it was most of these people's only film role.
Oh, you don't say.
Except for Jerry, who we'll talk about after the film is over.
Oh no!
Oh.
This has to be sabotaged. Order must be restored. I can't believe it. And Red Hawk is going to be vindicated as well.
Danny, the summon slips are ready to go out.
Who's Vicky? No! No!
No!
That's ridiculous. Slow walking. Just get on with it.
Oh, he's on dope. Ugh.
Must intervene.
Uh-oh. Turnip! Turnip's gonna get the dude.
Stop Turnip getting it. Intervene.
Palmer! Keith's passing a note.
Bring it up here.
Oh.
Keith, I'm surprised at you.
Very quick thinking from Jerry there.
Junior high school.
Oh.
Now I'm happy that it's my school. All last year I really wanted to be your guy.
Red Hawk's like another success.
Can't believe it.
Keep spinning those plates.
And at the party, you'll be there with me.
I'm very upset that he's got his own way.
Of course you are.
It would end this way.
It just would never happen.
No.
And when I'm on my way to school, I'll be glad that you'll be here too. Now things are changing. This year will be nice. It's all because you followed my advice.
Thanks, Red Hawk.
Yeah.
I'll get you, Jerry. I have to stay for school tomorrow. Ha ha, Jerry.
Oh, oh. Oh, no! Vol.
Oh my god. What are they going to sing, these people?
It would end this way here with you. And when
Lutheranism refuted.
I'll be glad that you'll be here too.
We have to make Turnip and Red Hawk avatars. Oh, I can't believe he got away with it.
Oh,
That was so odd, Dee.
really
So
odd. Yeah. I mean, because it wasn't a feature. I don't understand anything about it.
David Wechter. I'd like a background check on him, please.
Orchestration and scoring by Julius Wechter.
Very interesting. Tell us about Jerry, then. Tell us about Jerry.
So Jerry is one of the only people from this film that actually went on to have a career. His name is P. David Ebersole. And along with his husband, Todd Hughes,
yes,
he made a film called Room 237, which is a film that I've seen, which is a documentary about various people's theories about The Shining.
Right.
It's quite a well-known film, actually. It's a very, very interesting documentary that sort of revived interest in the kind of esoteric undertones of The Shining. So, so that was him, which I had no idea.
Yeah, and there's Paula Abdul, of course, who you mentioned.
Yeah, and Paula Abdul, yeah.
Well, that
but
was
he's produced and directed a few things. But as far as I can tell, it's the only person other than Paula Abdul who went on to do anything else.
Why does that film exist?
Well, that's what I can't figure out, because, like I said, it's not a feature. I mean, it was certainly not meant to play in the cinema. It's not. It doesn't seem like something that would be made to show to school children, because it's quite it's quite dark and lewd, and I mean, like, they wouldn't make a film with a song called Itty Bitty Titty Committee and show it in schools, and certainly not in the 70s.
It's extremely odd.
Where would that have been shown? I mean, this was in the days where if you made a film, I mean, it was either shown in a cinema or it was shown on television, and it wouldn't have been shown in either place. So I don't know. I don't know why that exists, actually.
Well, unfortunately, we've run out of time.
I can't believe we watched the entirety of that film.
We weren't planning on watching it all, but it was so bizarre that we ended up
bizarre, yeah.
So I'm going to have to change the title to 1948 to 1978. We're not going to make it to the 80s today.
78, no. Well, we've still got a whole batch, so we may return to this someday.
Yes, there have been a couple of super chats which we need to do before I skedaddle.
Wait! By the way, before you go, the other person who has other credits beside this was the orchestrator Julius Wechter, who composed a song for Herb Alpert and also did vibraphone and marimba work for the Beach Boys and Sonny and Cher and the Monkees and Phil Spector and such. So,
wow. Well, now probably more people have seen that film than on its original release, I'd imagine.
I'm sure they have.
So Hugh James says, AA, one of your prophecies might be coming true regarding the plant-based meat subsidies trend, i.e. Beyond Meat. Big L for Globo Hobo. Article link in the next super chats. And the veggie bubble is turning to veggie bust. And this is an article in the Telegraph, basically talking about how, investment is draining away from Beyond Meat and the share prices are going down, etc. So, good. I'm glad. Bailey O'Bradley says it would be interesting if you could do a stream with Steve Saylor as a guest, a conversation of dissident politics then, early 2000s versus now. He used to bring up concepts on the right that most writers weren't doing. Okay. Eunuch says, not half, first of two. The 1950s woman companion film is proof of what I've claimed on this channel many times. This was after the anti-whites' long march through the institutions, and 1950s propaganda enforced the communism tailored for Americans. Notice the absence of religion, extended family, large numbers of children, and genuine community. Only small family units for optimal productivity and consumption. Yes, agree with that, D?
No. I mean, I think there's parts of that are true, but I think that, I think different people took the reins at a certain point, and I do think the kind of the tenor and sort of strategies did obviously change. I do think that there was of course, that this sort of push towards the optimized worker, the optimized kind of unit for for industrial production was probably a part of it. But I think that a lot of those trends have been happening on their own with urbanization, industrialization, which may have been pushed by unnaturally by certain forces. I don't know, but I think it's a bit too simple, but I certainly think that sort of aspects of that are true.
All right. So, incidentally, I've just seen that my interview with Lions of Liberty, which I did last week, has just been released to the public. I will release that on my community tab after this stream. I'll put it on there now, so people can listen to that. It's called Academic Agent on Elite Theory and Pro Wrestling. So there we go. SNGB says every D stream is an A stream. Years the Eunuch says the 1960 videos was heartbreaking. It shows the first decade that was a fully Jewish America. The age of Moloch began before our parents were born, and we truly live in the ashes. You may be interested in a book years called The Jewish Decade, which is all about the 1960s, written by a Jewish guy, basically taking quote unquote credit for the decade. So I would you can get that on YouTube, on Amazon. It's an interesting read. Jacob said, I had to tab away once we got to the girls' locker room song. That whole video was a Genesis 6 moment. So there we go. What are they called? The Itty Bitty Titty
Committee.
Committee.
and someone has pointed out that perhaps a strange coincidence, Count Dankula made a tweet that went sort of viral with the words "itty bitty titty committee" and it just like last week or this week. Very strange. Yeah.
Then over on the main super chats, C123C says, "AA, what do you think about Inside Llewyn Davis?" Inside Llewyn Davis. Is that a film? I haven't seen that. I don't think. If it's a film, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't. It's a Coen Brothers movie, isn't it? I did do an entire Coen Brothers watch through at some point, but I don't think I made it to Inside Llewyn Davis. JD says, AA and D, would you have Fen de Villiers on? I don't know who that is, JD. So,
Fen de Villiers is a sculptor who is sort of around these circles. I interacted with him on Twitter. He's sort of within these circles, and he does sort of I would say sort of neo Art Deco futurist sort of figurative sculpture. Very interesting fellow. And I think Pharaoh just did a stream interviewing him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, certainly.
I mean,
it was on Pharaoh's channel last night. Yeah.
If you want to talk about sculpture, I don't know anything about sculpture. The tall and short of my knowledge is that I know Donatello was one.
he was also a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, exactly. And I know most of what I know about art from the Ninja Turtles. Fishy Frenzy says, does the body rule the mind, or does the mind rule the body? I don't know.
The body rule the mind.
I don't know. Yeah. Time Stealer, is this actually an ad for Red Hawk Substack? Yeah, it was like a 35-minute ad for Red Hawk.
For Red Hawk.
His tactics work, essentially. So, and that is it. As far as the super chats go. So
that was Colonel Crayon says that he's just sent an entry chat.
Okay.
And Years was laughing at it, so it may be good. I don't know.
I purchased Shakespeare's Moral Compass from Amazon and received an empty box. Also, some ghastly Iranian woman has driven up the price of Mosca and Pareto's books and may soon be bankrupt. I do know Mosca's Wooden Class goes for as much as £1,500 on Amazon these days.
Whoa!
So, yeah.
Here and there.
I got mine when it was affordable, but then I made it unaffordable, pulling up the drawbridge, thereby pushing people to buy Populist Delusion because they can't read the original.
Yeah,
anymore.
you can't get the original anymore. What does it feel like to have such power, eh?
Well, I've yet to really figure out how the prices work on the secondhand book market of Amazon. They seem to be incredibly random. But anyway, I have to dash to try to. I have to drive back now to go and spend. Mrs. A is going out essentially, so I have to be there while AAA is there because. Yes, I'll be babysitting. And so I'm gonna have to leave now to beat the traffic essentially. So and hopefully not crash through sneezing and coughing. So thank you very much, everyone. I enjoy doing this, and I think we could try to finish these up at some point. Where do another little filler episode like this when the time comes. We're gearing up for Bowie and Kubrick, but it's probably. I mean, I wanted to start next week, but we'll see about that.
We'll see. There's another stream that I actually wanted to do today, but I'd like to do a little more preparation that's sort of related to painting and art that I think people might enjoy. So that'll come up at some point.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Buy the book, join the channel, buy a mug. D, anything you want to show?
Just join us for the incredibly popular internet show Unpopular Opinions tomorrow with guest panelists. I don't know.
Maven is on.
Who?
Maven is announcing the.
Not again.
Yeah, he's
not again.
He's announcing the lineup, the speaker lineup, because this year people had to kind of write proposals, and now he's announcing who's actually been chosen.
Oh, okay.
That will happen tomorrow.
Plus, I want to have words with Maven about his ill-informed opinion about the Beatles.
Yes, but also, of course, we have to discuss Roe v. Wade.
Roe v. Wade? That's so last week.
Well, I mean, I said I'd discuss it, so I don't know. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. We should have a Yankee Doodle on.
Semigogs was said that he wanted to come on. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, make it Semigog.
Does he count?
Yeah. Yeah, he counts as an American.
I mean, he's an international man of mystery.
Yeah, he's not. He would balk at being called a Yankee Doodle, of course, because he's a.
Oh yes. Oh, indeed.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Now get out.